guys, welcome back to our kitchen. Enjoy the recipes. Hey guys, welcome back to another recipe. Today I'm going to do one that's not such a big hit with the guys, but it always reminded me of when I was a kid. My mom used to make Popeye, chicken and Popeye, and it was dough and chicken, just kind of like chicken and dumplings. Man, I hated it, never liked it. And as I grew older, I began to think, man, you know, it wasn't so bad. And, well, my mom's not here no more. Nobody knows how to make a dish anymore. So I kind of miss it, and it's a lost dish. So I thought, well, this could be the same thing with this thing. I know you guys don't care too much for the pigs in a blanket, stuffed cabbage rolls, stuffed peppers, but I'm going to make them anyway because someday you might want to make them as I wanted to make chicken Popeye. So this is for future, way down the road. And what the first thing you need, of course, is your cabbage, onion, some burger, rice, and I like the minute rice because it's easy, salt, pepper. And first thing you got to do is you're going to boil your leaves. Okay, you got your head of cabbage, rinse it off and then boil it. What we got going right now is a pot of water boiling. Of course, anytime you boil anything, you ain't got to worry about it. You want to be careful when you drop it in there, otherwise you're going to get a giant splashback of hot water, and that's never any fun. Now you're going to need a way to pull it out of there, because the idea here is to drop it into a pot of boiling water and soften up the leaves. You're going to want to get probably 15 good leaves anyway, and so you pull it out, you get a couple leaves off, you set them aside, and then you dunk it back in there, soften it up, you get a few more leaves. While we're doing that, of course, you could chop up your onion, because you're going to need onion in your mix. You can also get your rice going. Now the rice is very simple. Just follow the instructions. I think it's... So what we got now is we got the water going for our minute rice. As soon as it boils, you dump in 2 cups of minute rice, fluff it up with a fork, put a lid on it, let it sit for 5 minutes, and boom, there it is. So, well, now what I do here is I just hit the big vein off. That's a big green one. Yeah, I don't know. Chop it off. Kind of tore up, so I won't be using that one. So then I come through here and I cut the vein, which is a very crappy part of the leaf that you don't really want. And this one looks kind of rough too, so we probably won't use that one. Cabbage rolls are good, but they're somewhat of a pain. Maybe. You can buy them already done up, but it's just not the same. Now we're starting to get what we want. A nice, like a little cup, nice leaf. So we'll go ahead and use this one for sure. And what you should do, if you can, see what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a big V slice of the very hard portion of the vein. I'm going to go ahead and drop this back into the boiling water, soften it up a little bit more. There was a time when I first did this, it would, I destroyed them. Went through 2 heads of cabbage. So don't get discouraged if you got to go out there and buy another head and attempt to redo it. Happens. Let's see what we got. Remember, it is hot. Ouch. Very hot. And just come out of boiling water. Whew. Try to find the beginning of the leaf and then just carefully and slowly peel it back. If it's soft enough, it'll come off okay. You gotta trim it. That's a good one. Whew, that's hot. This bad boy is hot. I always save some of them extra ones just in the event that you want to roll up a few more. You got extra meat left over. Like I said, this is a long process. It takes a little while. And it's always frustrating when nobody really likes it that much. I mean, your mom and I like it. Kids don't like it that much. But like I said, one day you might say, how did Dad make them cabbage rolls? And they'll be here on the internet, where they say nothing ever disappears. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be around for a long time, and that day that finally comes and you say, you know what, I wish I had a cabbage roll, it'll be here. Like I say, this is a mess. It's messy. Flip it over. Oh, there's a nice one. Whew, hot. They are getting smaller too as we get closer to the core. I'll put that one right there. Whew, this might be a good time for them gloves that I was talking about, because boy oh boy, when it comes out of that boiling water, it's hot. So be careful, guys. Okay, we got about, I don't know, a dozen leaves. I would say it's been a fairly successful dissection of a head of cabbage, ready for to roll up some stuff. So at this point, let's sit down and make our meat. Yeah, okay, welcome back. We're gonna do now, we have everything we need, so we're gonna go ahead and mix up our burger. And we start by dropping our burger in here. And it's, you know, the ground chuck that we always use. About 1.5 pounds is what I normally go with. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour in my burger. It's probably, I don't know, 3/4 cup of onion. It's just a little onion. I'm not gonna use it all, but I'm gonna dump a good load in there. I'm gonna take my pepper. I'm gonna drop it in there. Again, I'm not measuring. This is just, if I had to guess, I would say maybe 1/4 teaspoon. You just want to get some pepper in there, you know, why not? Flavor. A little bit of salt, and I'm not going to measure that either. Just maybe a good sized pinch. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our rice, 3/4 cup of rice, and drop it right into my meat mixture, and our binding agent. One egg. Now I don't know if I told you I like to make this up a day beforehand. Oh, we got a bad egg. Hate that when it happens. We'll go ahead and drop the egg in there. So inside your meat mixture you have your ground chuck, about a cup of rice, and an egg. Then you mix it all up really well. Oh, an onion, yeah, don't forget that onion. And I would guess at least a half a cup of onion. And once you get it mixed up really, grab yourself one of your skins. Take a little bit of the meat mixture. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see this? Get all this crap out of the way. Drop it in, roll it up like that. This is what Rachel gets a kick out of, how the burger clicks to my hands. I don't know who does it. Maybe it's just me, I got weird hands. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and gently fold it over and roll it. And there's your first little pig in a blanket, as they're sometimes called. Okay? So I'm going to try to get the bigger ones, just to make some bigger ones, because these guys are pretty little. So we got a nice size leaf. We're going to get a good size amount of meat. You can pack them if you want. I tend to start right where the V cut is. Put the meat in there. Fold just like you would a burrito. You guys should know how to do that. And roll it. Ooh. Can you see that? It's a nice little package. That's a good one. I'm going to go ahead and make this one. Just grab some of the meat. It's not rocket science. Put it in there, right where that V cut is. And pretend you're rolling a burrito. Is that racist? No. We eat a lot of burritos around here. Yeah, and another good looking one. We had these at our wedding. And I have to say, they were really good. But they were made by the true Polish side, if there is a Polish side. And if it is, it's on Rachel's side. Alright, so I ended up with a few extra leaves, which I'll go ahead and put right back into the dish. I'm going to get the meat off my hands so Rachel don't, flip out. She gets a kick out of that for some reason. So here we are with about 10 pigs in a blanket. So, a pound and a half would get you 10, maybe a dozen if you roll them right. But it's not rocket science. I made too much rice, by the way, so you only really need maybe just 1 cup of rice. So I made too much rice, but that's, it's cheap, so who cares? Alright, we're going to go ahead and pause it, and we'll take it to the next level. We're at the stage now where we put it in the pot, and this is probably the easiest part. It's just putting our sauce together, getting everything in the Instant Pot ready to cook for when we want to cook it. So I'm going to grab my Instant Pot, and if you ain't got one, you need to get one. And if I didn't get you one for Christmas, maybe it's because you were bad. I don't know. But anyway, the sauce is pretty much just, you know, your favorite brand of tomato sauce. That's a big one. We're going to load it up in there. I'm going to use about a half can. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't see that. But anyway, you want to kind of spread that around. And that's pretty much it for the sauce, except for my secret ingredient, which is, I like mine sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and put 4 tablespoons of brown sugar in the Instant Pot with the water and the sauce. Now this is my liking, and this is the way I've always done it. So if you didn't like it because maybe it was too sweet, use 2 or don't use any. However you want to do it. Alright, I'm going to stir this up a little bit. Because remember, this is just the sauce. There. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to take my trivet, whatever it is, drop it in there. And I'm going to load up the pigs. And they don't have to be set in any particular way. Put the bigger ones at the bottom. Like that. Oh, that's a big boy. Let's put that guy in there too. And then from that point, you just kind of stack them. Because basically, everything's getting steamed. That's under high pressure. That's what the Instant Pot does. So as long as the steam can flow through, you're good. There is a line inside the Instant Pot, and that's your mash. You don't want to go any more than that. Now, believe it or not, some people like cooked cabbage. So, you take a little bit and just kind of tear it up and drop it in there, just to, you know, have some cooked cabbage if you want. I had chopped some up earlier. I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some around. And put in as much or as little as you want. I'm also going to take the remainder of the onion and kind of just sprinkle it around as well too. Give everything a little bit of flavor. I'm going to take the rest of my can of my sauce, pour it right on top. Just pour it right on top. Like this. And I know you can't see it, but that's what it looks like. Yeah. Alright, so at this point, you just take this, drop it into the fridge, and as soon as you're ready to cook it, you throw it in the Instant Pot, and I forget the amount of time, I think it's 20 minutes, and boom, you're done. So now, I'm going to put this away. Find room, that is. And I'm going to clean up the mess. I'll be back. Okay, and as we sit down, this is the finished product. Pigs in a blanket. Wow. And a little bit of juice to boot. Bon appetit. Enjoy. And as I say, this is a little bit of a pain in the ass. It's easier to buy them. I swore I had some onion. I don't know if you're a refrigerator like ours, it's jam-packed full of shit. Alright, let me pull the cabbage. See what we got. And if you're not careful, that's what'll happen. We'll just edit that out. Alright, so here's the cabbage. This was an odd-shaped cabbage. See, I can start making excuses, blaming it on my cabbage head. It is tiring. And I'm gonna try to get my gloves on without ripping them to shreds, which happens sometimes. But I ripped that one. So this can be quite comical to do. They're just not big enough for my hands. So I got a big hand, but I like using them. They're just, you know, a little bit difficult to get on. I see you laughing, Rachel. These are a pain in the ass. It's like, what the hell? Alright. This one here, it's just not working. So, I'll try another pair. Maybe I blow them up a little bit first. What I do, grab the small, it says large. I must be bloated a little bit. Suddenly I can't put these gloves on. I'm not kidding, they just don't want to go on today. Alright. Till we buy some that fit my hand, I ain't gonna use them. So, and I'm gonna grind it up the old-fashioned way, being how I can't get the gloves on today for some reason. And I gotta tell you, that rice is hot. Rolling. Alright, we're at the stage now. Oops. Nobody saw that. Okay, we're at. I get it. Alright. Forget about it. Alright, go. My knee gave up. When when I boil stuff, I like to keep the lid on there because it helps it to boil, the water to boil quicker.